Are you driving right now, by the way?
Somebody else is driving, yeah.
Oh, I was like, this dude is doing a podcast and driving. No kidding, he is a risk taker.
So I was meant to be driving, and it's happened before, but I just thought it wouldn't have looked appropriate. But anyways, I should have just done it.
No, I think it would have been so fitting. You're like, yeah, I got these dopamine things. I like to take big risks. That's why I'm driving and doing a podcast. No big deal.
Let me tell you something. I once got pulled over I was driving a cargo van, and we had a bunch of equipment in it, and I was shaving and reading the newspaper while driving with my knee, because I was trying to find our advertisement in the newspaper to make sure I got a good position. And I also didn't want to waste time. So I thought I should shave while driving so I can do two things at once.
Yeah.
This is when I was at the peak of my, crazy entrepreneurial spirit before I understood who I was. And I got pulled over, and I was wearing a tank top shirt, and the officer said, "I can see you're a working man, and I respect what you're doing, so I'm not going to give you a ticket, but this is insane."
Yeah.
Right?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And that actually just kind of makes me think, like, while we're talking about this DNA thing and these specific, enzymes and genes that people have, especially in the brain, because, on this podcast, we talk so much about the brain. I wonder if there's something to be said about people who consider themselves multitaskers. You know what I mean? Sure. Where it's like, you can't, like, doing one thing isn't enough. It's like, you have to be doing multiple things to satisfy, I don't know, dopamine, serotonin, GABA, whatever it is. Have you seen anything like that?
We've done a lot of work around that, and there's different ways multitasking happens. There's literally multitasking, like I'm doing multiple things at once. And we've done this, by the way, for corporations, where we've helped them map out, for example, their C-suites. How do you actually make this team gel and work together the best? We've done this for professional athletes. We just worked with an NBA team where we mapped out the whole team to teach them how to deal with each other, how to, mom's calling me saying, I want a new car. Friends are calling me saying, I want tickets or I want to borrow money. The stresses that you wouldn't even think about, right? And we mapped out with them their individual capacity to deal with those things and how they should actually deal with them so it works for them. So as an example, multitasking. There's literally that. I'm doing multiple things at once. I'm more likely to do that because each thing, the reward or the pleasure, pokes at me and I can't say no, right? So it's less multitasking, more being easily distracted, where people are confusing that with multitasking. Then there's multi-prioritizing. It doesn't mean I'm literally doing them all at once, right? But I can handle multiple streams of thought. But as I'm doing each one, I need to focus. That's the flip opposite of me, where they have the maximum dopamine receptor and the slowest clearance. That person, it's very hard to get them motivated. It's hard to get them to say yes because they're just feeling satisfied anyway, right? And so they appear to be outwardly flaky, like you leave a meeting and they say, hey, 10 action items. Yeah, I got it. And they only ever do 2 of them. But the 2 that they do that pique their interest, they will binge and dive deeper and do a better job than anybody.
Wow.
Right? So because when they feel that pleasure reward and something piques their interest, they so rarely feel that they get lost and then they just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it.